Thank you very much, Caps. Thanks for opening up to us as well. We're going to hand it over to PGL. Guys, take it away.
I think I'll have to the other side.
Welcome to the LEC post-game lobby after week 4 of the Spring Split. I'm Drakos, joined by G2's Perkz and Mikyx. Mikyx, yeah, I want to welcome you here. It's been a while since we spoke to you. Perkz, it's been less than 24 hours, I imagine. How was your day? How you doing?
I'm back.
You're back.
Yeah, I'm doing great. Well, I didn't win against Martin Reckless Larsen since 2017 Spring Split. So for 2 years, only thing that took me was 2 long years and roll something to another role. And now I managed to do it, so now my day has been filled.
Fulfillment. And talk to me a little bit about that laning phase. I mean, Jinx Thresh, not something that I really expect to see right now, but it seems like you guys were pretty much in control 100% of the time. Mikyx, from your perspective, how do you feel like everything went?
Well, I was kind of surprised with the Jinx pick. I didn't really expect it, because I don't think I saw him play it in solo queue. But I wasn't really sure. I mean, I don't think the champ is that good, so I was like kind of comfortable. And I think level 1, they're trying some cheese, and I got a bit chunked. But so they got to push on the first wave, but then it was still fine. And if I hit 1 Q, then Luki just dashed in and somehow dodged every hook, and then the lane was pretty simple.
It does feel like you guys were pretty coordinated in that lane play. You did kind of weave one of those Braum winners bites in to get one of those early trades, and then you guys were pretty fearless, I think, in almost diving tower. Well, a few times you did dive tower, but it always felt like you guys were on the cusp of a tower dive. When you have that kind of lead, do you have to like both remind each other not to go all in?
Definitely. How me and Mikyx started was by dual queuing and diving enemy bot level 2 every single game. And then if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it sucks. We try again.
If any jungler comes, then
if any jungler is there, it just sucks. Yeah, but yeah, so definitely from my playstyle, me was very aggressive. And now that I know that AD carry is supposed to be more disciplined and like controlled, but I felt like when roll supping, that's what AD carry is lacked in the West in general. Like AD carry is not aggressive enough to make plays and to like show off, you know, and that's where like Chinese and Korean AD carries are better at, right? So playing with Mikyx has been great because he like kind of fuels me to play aggressive, and the only thing is that we have to control ourselves, and that's what we are learning to do because we are a new bot lane and I'm a new bot laner in general. So yeah, I am trying to be more disciplined, but turret diving is definitely one of our specialties.
I like it. I like that you're both kind of unleashing this aggressive bot lines, at least from an outside perspective, are always going to be more fun to watch. Mikyx, you play with Hans. You guys were a very aggressive bot lane. You've also played with Kavi, and you guys were a little bit more passive during that time in your career. Is this your ideal play style? Is this how you always want to be playing bot lane?
I mean, yeah, pretty much, because even with Hans, he was really insane at laning, but there was like a limitation with the champion pool, so I couldn't really play like, for example, mages that were really meta last year. But with Luka, we can like play basically every champion in the game, so yeah, it's very nice for me because I really like having more flexibility in draft and in lane phase.
I mean, Lucian Braum feels pretty standard to me. Like, when do we get to see you guys dip into this rumored champion ocean? Like, I know you're obviously like the legendary Gragas player. The meme when you were on Splice was that you were the best Gragas on the team. Yeah. Luka, you were a former mid laner. When did, like, in the new meta, with these new changes coming in, it's like everyone's saying back to crit AD carries. Are you guys ready to pull something out to change perception?
Well, I'm kind of saving my picks. Yeah, I would like to not show them off, and then when it matters, they will strike. I think mages bot are really OP, and people don't even know what they're gonna get hit by yet. But I'm just trying to like go to the AD carry way and like playing, basically like learning the role right, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it since it's like different style. Basically, you have to be the one who doesn't die instead of the one who carries, right? I mean, like, makes the plays. So we are just... I personally wanted to play a lot of, like, AD carries to learn, like, how to, like, lose lane gracefully, or even though, like, my Ezreal is spiking at 2 deaths, I would like to have a game where I'm 0-0 with Ezreal on lane, you know? Because I try to play too aggressive, but... Honestly, I can't focus when I'm playing bot lane. Like, people are much worse than on mid lane, so it's just really hard. And Mikyx is too good for everyone else as well. So
I like the confidence between the two of you, and we'll see. Maybe you'll get the 0-death Ezreal game. For now, you're eing forward aggressively, and it's hype to watch. Once again, I'm never ashamed to watch it, but it does lead to a few deaths and occasionally someone calling you maybe, potentially, possibly a weakness for the G2 lineup. And just to throw,
I wonder who could that be actually.
Actually, I don't know. Who would have said that?
Rip. I wonder if someone got flamed for that.
Reddit analyst.
So just to keep on the theme of trying to find weaknesses in Perkz' AD carry playstyle, as I get a little bit of makeup in my eye here. Question for you, Mickey. Should Perkz get Rift Herald again? This is a big one from the game. Hard to find any weaknesses in the game, but there was a single awkward moment here that I'd like to remind you of. How'd you feel?
Oh, it was 0.2 seconds for him canceling me, and Beefo was just too good.
Yeah, he was really sneaky there, but I think next time I should take it because, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's better if support takes it.
Yeah, that's true.
Like for reasons that I can't disclose in the cast because it's too 200 IQ.
Yeah, it's too advanced for like the other teams, and we don't want others to catch up. So
yeah, I think Mikyx should take it.
All right, so support should take it, but no reason why. Don't want to give anything away to the opposite side. Now, player of the game is neither of you guys, despite your fantastic bowling performance. It was Jankos.
What? Wait, who was it?
Jankos.
Okay, this is actually...
He came bot and like stole a few kills.
This
And
is actually getting out of hand. I mean, bot was getting 2 to die. Actually, Mickey never gets MVP, and this is so wrong. I actually want to stand up for all support mains out there. Mickey needs to get an MVP.
Medic stood up for Mickey earlier today,
okay, he should not get an MVP when I'm supposed to get an MVP, because I should get an MVP. But support mains don't get MVPs because
I have to play Braum. And Braum is not a flashy champ, but maybe I'll play Teemo next week and then I'll get it.
To be fair, Ignor's gotten some MVPs. I feel like you just
need to bring...
Where's the Blitzcrank?
Actually,
and I'm saying this is kind of the trade-off when you guys are holding back some of your creative picks, is that you don't get to be a flashy player.
It's true, actually.
And so I'm saying you have the tools to get MVP.
But actually, it's fine if Jankos got it because he said that he really wanted it, so he has 3 MVPs now. So I think he's now on top of the leaderboard with Caps. They both have 3, right?
Okay. Then I think it's worth. Then I want one more as well because I want to be the same as them.
Well, next week.
Okay.
I feel like, but if you want one more, you're taking away from Mickey. And also, I'm just realizing how quickly...
That's fine because we are at the bottom. So if whoever gets it from us, it's like...
It's like combined victory.
We are sharing.
Yeah, it's a shared victory.
All right, share.
I'm fine with that.
Player of the game, Kia player of the game votes. Well, G2 is still the undisputed best team in EU. For more, let's get a special report from Quickshot. What do you got for us?
They're still undefeated!
Okay. Well, you guys are still undefeated. Thank you, Quickshot, for that succinct analysis. Well, after 8 games, you guys are looking pretty solid in first place, you know, just ahead of Vitality and Schalke. I'd say maybe just a little bit above the competition, just a small amount.
Yeah.
And I'm curious now what you think about the rest of the table. You guys are sitting in your lofty tower looking down on all the rest of the teams. I'm curious specifically about 3 teams, and that is Splice, Misfits, and Origin, these teams that are all kind of fighting for the 4th to 6th place right now. Did you get a chance to watch the Misfits versus Splice game today? And 2, how do you think these teams are stacking up?
Well, yeah, I think I watched all the games today, and I think Origin looks the best out of those 3. I think Origin really improved a lot in the past week or 2, and I think they played really well against Schalke today. So I expect them to be number 4, and maybe even like challenging for 3. And then Misfits or Splice. Well, Splice won today, so I guess Splice must be better.
So both these teams, I mean, Misfits had a rough week. Splice 2-0'd, but I would not call it dominant fashion. You can see OG behind us. What's going on with both of these teams? Because it seems like they're both pretty comfortably in this middle of the pack position. Like, it's hard for me from an outside perspective to get a read on either of these teams because sometimes they look really good and sometimes they have these wild games that are so back and forth and all over the place. How do you think these teams are actually doing right now? Like, what are your impressions of these teams, Luca?
Well, I think that both of the teams are kind of what I expected them to be. Even though everyone was like making Misfits out to be this super team, I felt like they were gonna be this kind of team where it's gonna be either Hans carries or no one else carries. And as for Splice, I'm actually surprised with their performance because I feel like Humanoid is playing better than what I would expect of him. I mean, I don't know what to expect of him, right? But he's playing very well, I think. So he's like mechanical build is giving, I feel like, edges in some of those team fights. And they also games are going quite late game. I don't know how, always go late game. And Kobe is a late game connoisseur, so he always spikes in late game.
Yeah.
Cersei did talk today about the Splice buff. He was, I think, half joking, but at this point it feels like it must just be true that if a game goes past 30 minutes, he did say against any team other than G2 and Schalke, it's a guaranteed Splice win, but if it's against you guys, it's like a 50-50.
Well, I wouldn't call it a 50-50. Okay, I would call it like a 10-90, but...
He said if he gets to late game. He didn't just say that...
No, that's what I meant, yeah, in the late game. But Okay, actually, I have to take
Need to
over.
like
I have to take
stuff a
over.
bit.
I have to stop. I have to stop.
But yeah, I think for Splice, late game is definitely their comfort zone. But I think for us, the whole game is our comfort zone, even in draft. So I think, yeah, even if you play them, they don't stand much of a chance. And I think also, if you would compare Splice and Misfits, I'd probably put Splice above them. Like first, they won today against them, and then next week, Misfits play us, so they're gonna lose another game. So then Splice will be higher in the standings probably.
I love this because it's just like your tower dive thing, where like Luca goes in on the trash dock, you audibly, you're like, all right, I'm done. I'm gonna pull myself back. And the second you're done, this man comes in and is just ready to put bodies in the ground. You guys are fearless, and once again, it's justified.
We told Mickey, like Mickey is too kind and humble, so we told him he has to be more cocky, and me and Caps have to be less cocky. So we are trying this kind of team dynamic where we have to like move our cockiness like away, like he gets it, and then I have to be more the humble guy, which is really hard. And yeah, I'm gonna try.
Good for 80 carries. You said to yourself, you can't make plays. You're just not supposed to die, Luca.
Yeah, but it's so boring when like my mid is smurfing so hard and my top laner is like 50 CS up as well, 10 minutes, and my jungler is just running around. Actually, today I died because of Jankos, because he went to kill Reckless, which was personal. Because he really likes Reckless, so he wanted him to notice him. You know how it goes. So yeah, he flashed him with Olaf, and then I died to the Sandra TP, and oh, this Sandra is so OP. I don't know. He just presses one button and I can't move. So I lost my Deathless game, but it's hard for me to shine.
Oh, tough.
That's sad.
Tough spot, tough spot. Well, after 4 weeks, we talked about Player of the Game leaderboard. Selfmade is currently the leader on the Kia Player of the Game leaderboard, voted by the LEC fans on Twitter. Selfmade, Caps, Jizuke, Upset, Jankos. I feel like what's holding you guys back. So, although it is important to note, in the event of ties, the player that has received the highest percentage of votes will come out on top. So, that in the event of some ties here. But I think it's important to note that your guys' problem is too many people are playing well. See, because my boy Selfmade here is the consistent standout on SK. Anytime SK are doing anything, it's happening through Selfmade. Your issue is you guys are splitting your votes. You got Jankos over here, you got Caps over here, and I'm saying you should just make one person look really good.
That's what we said as well, but it's like, we all have like a lot of ego as well, so we're like, but if he looks good and I don't look good, so how do we do it, you know, that it's like, we have to, okay, this actually, I have an idea. But if I get all the votes, and then
we basically both have all the votes.
Yeah, then we both have all the votes.
I like that you're still clinging on to this. We're both going to get credit.
No, it's true, it's true. If I get all the votes, then he gets all the votes as well, because he's sharing my success.
That's like when your little brother wants to play the game and you're like, no, it's cool. We're winning together. I swear. Like you'll get a turn eventually.
No, it's more like he's
player 2.
I don't have anything. Yeah, he's player 2.
But it's interesting because the top 3 there are sorry, is it all of the top 5? All the top 5 are actually tied at 3 votes. So there's like a lot of people fighting for that top spot. It's quite contentious. And after an action-filled week, it's time to look back at the best highlights in our Alienware big plays.
Okay.
So first up, I got to pause there. That's what you don't know. Is there's a little pause there. I didn't just like forget what I had to say. Don't worry, I promise. First up, Splice's Humanoid started the turnaround for his team in a crucial Baron fight, completely deceiving the SK players.
I said he's good.
Those aggressive players, those proactive players. But especially for Humanoid. Oh, okay.
Good damage, nicely done by Humanoid. Remember, both of these teams had 0-2 weeks last week, and that might be where the nerfs come from. Humanoid, whoa, with the help of Norse Garrett. There's a death from below, but the Slicing Maelstrom gets 2 back. It's a 2 for 2. As the cleanup fight commences, Cobby is looking to run down Selfmade.
Plays, but especially for Humanoid. Oh, okay, good damage.
Wow.
The slow motion caster audio really made that for me. Shout out to production for the awkward slow motion voice. But this landing clutch double distortions, you already praised Humanoid. Where do you think, if you had to give like a soft, quick mid lane ranking, Humanoid is he top 5? Do you have any specific ideas where you think you'd put him right now?
The mid lane ranking? Well, I think I'm the best.
Sure.
Then Caps.
Then Caps got it, yeah.
Then
Me and Gragas.
Mickey and Gragas.
So 3. There you go. So
then we have like the rest, which is like Nukedak. I think he's good.
4th place, yeah.
I think Jizuke is good. Yeah. And I think Humanoid is the best performer after him. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, putting him ahead
Wait.
Head of Abedage.
There's Abedage, right? But I feel like personally Humanoid has been performing better than Abedage. Even though I don't think Abedage has been playing well either, so it's hard to say. I feel like Yeah, I feel
Give me give me a general. Like outside of the G2 players, is he like top 4? Because you keep putting.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
You've listed 3 G2 players in your top ranking.
Wait, sorry. Yeah, I think he's after Jizuke and Yogdak.
Yeah, there's number 3.
And also after you and Mikyx's Drakos. Okay, so maybe not the most reliable mid lane ranking, I will say. Well, in the same game, the Blast Cone almost destroyed everything for Splyce yet again as Norskeren made what we can only call a very strange play. But as they say in Norway, it's never so bad that it's too not good for something. Got there.
Starting to reset.
I can't.
Teleports and Culling's used, so those are some big cooldowns.
Oh, Vizzy!
Chutch is in
yes,
the
my
pit!
flash!
Chutch is in the pit! He throws down the exhaust, he's waiting to find it! That was a blast code suicide!
We're fine.
Marekker.
Yeah, I'm running.
No.
I think we need to fight in here. We need to fight in here.
Help me. I'm really tanky.
Yeah, we can fight. Look us. Yeah.
Oh no.
Got him. Mickey, how long before you BM throw your AD carry into a Baron pit?
Well,
Okay, personally, I would never be on that plant.
that's true.
Like, I know people are flaming Norskeren, but I don't know why this Chachi is walking on that side of the plant.
That's a good point,
Like,
yeah.
Come on, Chachi.
Actually, it was Norskeren's fault. I agree.
Okay, it's a good to know. And for the record, for anyone who's ready to flame Norskeren, we did edit that together. He did not brush the dirt off his shoulder after accidentally killing his top laner. That was on us. It was just really funny, so we did it. Finally, unlike Rocky Balboa, Vitality's mid laner Jizuke is able to dodge some punches. Excel thought they had cornered the Italian stallion, but then he put on his dancing shoes.
Dancers.
It's like channeling a Crow Storm in full vision, right? It is the Vitality Bravado. Now, flash forward from Kasing. Remember, Jizuke stepped under the tower for this. Jizuke sidesteps Essential. Sidesteps a true shot barrage. Jizuke in the blue suede shoes.
Hit Herald and the fight.
I can go on bro mid. No, I
They
think.
mid or in. Again, alright?
Maybe. I can go. Yeah, nice. Kill as well.
As you flash,
CC.
Now that's bought enough time for Cabo to turn it back around. He's going hunting for Bristle and Sejuani. Fear Beyond Death goes out. There's the tag. Follow up from Mowgli and get deleted by Cabo Shots Urgot.
You guys were you guys watched that both times it happened with the team comms and the regular comms. And the first time you're like, oh, that was good. And the second time you had some strong opinions. Do you want to share with the class here how you felt about the Jizuke plays?
I mean, the movement made me really dizzy, but the skill shot made me even dizzier because there was no way that Right should live there after he got stunned by Braum passive. But yeah, I mean, maybe the Ezreal player could maybe confirm how tell the viewers how he should play it out.
Well, usually when the Braum Q connects, there's gonna be 4 ultics coming in, and then he gets stunned. And on the stun, you want to use Ezreal ult because you're gonna hit it 100%. So you're like,
yeah,
and then
correct.
You get a kill. But this time around, he was maybe trying to like get mental edge because if Ryze walks away and he tries to hit the skill shots and he gets hit, he's like, the Ryze thinks, oh, this Ezreal is really good.
Yeah, if it snipes him
but
after.
if he doesn't hit him, then he thinks like, oh, I'm really good. And then it's a kind of a 50-50.
Yeah, so without the one there, you got the mental edge.
Took the mental edge gamble there, and Jizuke definitely came out on top. That is the dancing shoes, as it was called. Now let's check out the action we've got coming up next Friday. These are the final games of the first round robin, and G2 versus Misfits is our match of the week. Ooh. Now, Misfits have had a rough week. I'm going to be honest. It does take a little bit of the wind out of the sails here, but how you guys feeling? Right off the bat, initial feelings on Misfits. You've already mentioned some of them. You're going up against Hansama, Mickey.
Former
team.
Partner.
Well,
it's like,
I feel kind of bad for them after this week that they're gonna have to lose like 3 games in a row, or maybe it's 4 already. I didn't count. But yeah, it's like 5th game. Oof, it's gonna be a tough one to sleep on. But yeah, I mean, maybe they stand a chance if Draven gets their pick and ban. But or maybe if it does and we're blue side, maybe we just first pick it and then Luca completely demolish them with Draven and then we get the mental edge for the rest of the year.
It could happen, honestly.
Playing for the mental edge. Okay, here's my question. Are you confident enough as a bot lane to give Hansama Draven and still take him down?
I'm very confident that I can do that. But I'm also pretty confident if I ban Draven, I'll get a really free win. So why would I not do that?
I'm not asking if it's the right choice. I'm just asking in theory, because I imagine you would just
No,
ban
in
Draven.
theory, like I already had this plan like from the beginning of split. I'm gonna practice Draven, which I have a lot. And my Draven got a lot better. and I'm gonna be ready for Hans Summer. For Hans Summer, I think of Hans as my Draven senpai. I want to like, you know how they say like when the student beats the master, right? I want to be. It's kind of an anime story. I want it to be an anime story between me and Hans.
I really hope someone just clips out that Hans Sama is your Draven senpai. That would just make my life. And I'll be honest, these are the days where I wish we could bring back Game 5 blind pick. Rest in peace. It was terrible for competitive integrity, but it was really fun to watch. And I personally would love to see Draven versus Draven. But over in the LCS, they're about to start their Week 4 with 100 Thieves versus Clutch Gaming. And if you want to catch our rebroadcast of the LEC, be sure to stay tuned after the last game in Los Angeles. Team Liquid versus FlyQuest. These are the top 2 teams going head-to-head in their second game. You've also got Sven facing off against Cloud9. TSM? You guys TSM fans?
Yeah, I watched TSM whole last year. And I want to watch them again. I want them to win.
All right, initial impressions on the LCS, not NALCS, LCS. Gotta bear with me, I'm sorry, we're learning.
Well, they're very good, especially Team Liquid. They're also undefeated, so maybe we'll be hype if we get to play them in international tournaments.
It's pretty hype. Now, I got to talk to Perkz and Caps yesterday a little bit about international. Are you as confident as young Luca here, who came out to say that, yeah, we're probably top 3 along with Griffin and Invictus? When I asked him specifically about LEC, are you in the same mindset?
I mean, I think we'll probably be top 2 only with Griffin. I think I actually a bit afraid. No, but I think, I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, I think we probably are top 3 with them. But I guess we have to wait and see for international tournaments.
And then on the opposite coin, I think that a lot of people after the LEC's or formerly EU LCS's performance at Worlds this year, that people just aren't even including LCS in the discussion. From what you guys have seen so far, are you in the same camp, or do you think that maybe there's some teams in the LCS right now that can surprise us?
We need to like debunk the whole theory of us being that cocky, because Worlds is in like what, 8 months?
Yeah.
So we can't know what's gonna happen then and stuff. But I think Team Liquid is looking good. I would say that they could be like top 4 in EU, maybe top 5.
Top 4 probably.
Top 4, they could be top 4 in EU. And I would love to play against Team Liquid. Like I want to play against Doublelift and CoreJJ. I think CoreJJ is a very good player. And I think Doublelift is a good player. And I would just like to face them. Yeah.
I like it subtle. You're coming out here and you're hard flaming people. You're in here with the subtle flame. As kind of like one last idea to kind of round this whole discussion out. You bring up playing against bot lanes you'd like to play against. Is the Griffin bot lane on that list as well? Is this another one that you're looking at to play against? Are there any other really standout bot lanes in the world that you guys are like, these are people that we want to play against in a 2v2?
Well, yeah, personally, I'd like to play Griffin the most because I think they're the most similar to us in terms of champion picks and playstyle, kinda. Because I think both of them, Viper and Legends, play like every champion in the game, and they just play whatever and somehow win, like a Timo last year or something. So I think we really have to play against them.
I would like to play against Chinese bot lanes, because in the past, the past years, I would see them like be really aggressive, right? And I would like to see if they're actually that good or if they're a bit overrated. Because I don't know, I'm new to this role, so I would like to play against the Chinese bot lanes, because I heard Reckless say on stream that Chinese AD carries are really insane. So I want to see how I would like mesh up against Chinese AD carries.
It really is an anime story. You guys are like, we just want to test our mettle against the best. We just want to get better. All right, well, aside from your Draven senpai, we'll see how the anime story works out for G2 in the weeks to come. But it is time for us to call it a night here from Berlin. Thank you both so much for joining me. We're going to be back next week for more action in the LEC, and we'll see you then.